I spend over my budget. Sometimes I do.
Where do you get extra money from?
So
hey Team Tresela!
welcome back to another epic vlog.
Woo! Today's comment shout out goes to Naidoo, and she said this is amazing and so beautiful. Does Trevino do training for soon-to-be husbands?
Compliment.
So a lot of you guys kept sending me DMs and saying that you really loved part 1 of this video, and I know you guys remember that I said I was supposed to do Trevino.
Yeah.
So here we are on a Wednesday afternoon filming for you
And you
guys
did a
part
great
2.
job, by the way.
Thank you. I was very nervous. Very, very, very nervous. Okay, so I posted a question I posted a question sticker on Instagram, and I have some questions from you guys that we will be answering today. We haven't looked at them as usual. Should have, especially prepared for something like this, but okay. I plan on moving out of home in 6 months. Where do I start financially to prepare?
Moving on from where do I? It seems a bit open. Hey, the question like.
Okay, this is how we did it. First of all, we started buying stuff. So we bought all our cutlery, all our crockery. We bought a bed, we bought a microwave and a fridge, and we kept the big things in storage. We bought bedding, we bought dishcloths, pots.
So yeah, and what Selina said is a good point, but it depends also what's your situation. With us, our situation was that we were fortunate enough to still be living with my parents for a little while and able to save. For example, if the rent out there was going to be 6 grand, 7 grand, we had the opportunity of saving that amount every month to help with a deposit for another place, to help with furnishing the new place and so on. So it depends what your situation, but a starting point is saving, depending how soon you're moving. Definitely do that, save money. Also call a bond originator. I think you covered this in your other video, because you need to start looking and seeing what's your price range. So I don't think they were specific if they're renting or buying, right? They weren't specific. So if you buy, which you advise as well, buying is a better way to go. Definitely,
if you can afford it.
If you can afford it, yeah. But, I mean, yeah, definitely if you can afford it. Because it makes more sense to be paying off your own house than someone else's house.
Yeah, true.
So definitely get a bond originator. They help you with checking what's your credit score. They can guide you and help you to check your credit report. Do you have any judgments, outstanding things on your name for stupid reasons? A judgment.
Clearly she don't know. What's a judgment?
Like a negative thing on your name. Like you owe it no.
I don't know about that.
It's the same as being blacklisted, I think. Similar.
I don't know about that. Okay, and before this video continues, again, I'm just saying we're not professionals. Yes. This is just things that we've learned over the past 20-something years of being an adult.
Definitely.
Do you want to add more to that?
Can't remember where I stopped.
Judgments on your name.
So yeah, get a bond originator. Know also what you qualify for based on your income. And I know Selina covered the last time as well about there's good credit and bad credit. So do things that's going to boost your credit score. Make sure your name is good, your accounts are paid on time.
Also, one thing I have to say is at this point of part 2 of this video, you should all be budgeting already. So if you are moving out in 6 months, if you have debt that you can clear now, try and clear it. Because remember, when you move out on your own, you're buying groceries, you are buying electricity, you're buying detergents,
disposable income, guys.
You're paying maybe a cleaner, there's like levies, rates, there's a whole lot of things that you need to pay for.
DSTV, Showmax,
Netflix, Wi-Fi,
snacks.
So make sure that in your budget you've allocated to all these things that you've been getting from living with your parents.
Definitely.
How do you know which RA to choose? So I just went with Alexander Forbes because Trevino's company does all their retirement and pension funds with Alexander Forbes. So I also just went with Alexander Forbes. So some of the companies that you can check is Alan Gray, Alexander Forbes, Santam, I think, maybe Discovery. Just research and find one that fits you the best. All these things with adulting, the one thing that I've learned is you have to sit on your computer and research.
Phone people.
Phone people. You don't have to phone people. But research is something that's like a big tip in adulting. Don't just take the first thing. Don't just take my word for it. Because I'm with Alexander Forbes doesn't mean it's going to be the best fit for you. So try and find something that's going to fit your lifestyle and your pockets the best. Tips for single income households. I think this is...
Don't live above your means.
Yeah.
Have a budget. That's a starting point. Have a monthly budget that you look at and that you stick to. And if you don't, start by getting your last 3 months bank statements and highlighting all the stuff that was unnecessary spending, and you'll be amazed at how it's a scary exercise, but
also see where you can save money, shop around for discounts. I know like Food Lovers Market has bundle packs of combo deals on vegetables and stuff that they run like on a Wednesday or Thursday or things like that. So shop around for different deals, and I think the one good tip is definitely see if you can split costs with other members of your family who are employed. How do you come up with a budget for birthdays or anniversaries?
So it's not like a separate budget on its own. It's basically built into every month. You should have a rolling budget, and when you know that my income is A, my expenses are B, this is how much I'm left with, then you're able to say, okay, cool, from everything that I'm left with, I'm allocating half of that to this.
To someone's birthday or anniversary or whatever.
But the main thing is have your base right, guys.
Some of us are having their crown birthday in November this year, and some of us have also started planning that birthday in November or in January, you know. How do I add out? I think you're doing a very good job. I'm not going to say who you are, you know who you are if you're watching this. I think you're doing a very good job. You have a business, your page is growing, you're getting brand jobs. I think you're on the right track.
Step number 1 to adulting is not taking the easy road or doing what's fun. It's sacrifice. And you know when you sacrifice because you make those hard choices. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's worth it. It's just not fun. What do you suggest I buy for my future house now before marriage? Because I'm obsessed with doing so. It's the same person, same question, like similar question. Okay, so first of all, I think that this is a classic mistake that many females make. We already planning our wedding before we even have a boyfriend. So first of all, calm down. You can buy a 2-bedroom house and start paying off that bond or save up for your dream house. And when you're ready to buy your dream house, if you want to buy it with your husband, I'm not too clear what's the situation here. If you want to buy your dream house with your future husband, you already have one property on your name which you can rent out and use as investment.
Exactly. Or depending on your situation, you can buy an awesome modern one-bedroom bachelor's place, rent it out, get that income while still living at home or whatever your situation is if the funds allow. And have that as an investment, and then who knows, in the next coming years, if you get engaged, married, you've got something to fall back on that's on your name.
I don't think it's mandatory for your first home to be your dream home. We all have to start somewhere. But remember, you can make smart decisions about where you start. You can start in a 1-bedroom and then move up to your dream home, but you still have your 1-bedroom as an investment, which is something great.
And something that also is important, you guys must be realistic about. When we started looking for our first property, we started there in terms of dreams, goals, what we want, and the price was also there, and reality slapped us in the face and we ended somewhere there. So the first point is know how much you qualify for. And then once you know how much you qualify for, the bond that you're going to be given, start looking for properties in line with that. So, because what you like, you might not necessarily be able to afford now, and that's okay. But you can structure your finances, set up investments, savings, work towards a higher credit score and a good rating to get to that dream house that you want.
True. Tips for students for managing their budgets. For some reason, I oversave and don't have enough to spend.
I feel like students get a lot of discounts at a lot of places.
Yes, I still have my student card, but I'm not going anywhere, so I can't.
Here's a tip for a student: get your degree, because you get.
I said that.
Did you?
Okay. You get a better interest rate when you buy a property.
Yeah, and banks also tend to give you better services, better.
I'm not having good service with my bank currently.
Don't call out.
I won't shame. So I would say, okay, first of all, on your budget, you have your income and all your expenses. Then you have your disposable income. From that, I would say you have 1,000 Rand disposable income. Say that you're gonna take aside 300 Rand to save and 700 Rand to have fun with, or whatever it is you feel is right. So from your disposable income, I think it's very important, again, to write down and to budget for that disposable income and say I'm putting X amount into savings and I'm putting X amount to spend and to have fun.
And agree, and try and put control measures in place. For example, if that 300 can come off monthly as a debit order, you know you'll be disciplined and it will come off. If you be like, oh no, cool, I'll need to transfer and you don't get to it, you end up spending that money. I think you covered the little shares things you can do through your bank. And that it's only 300 bucks, but in the space of 1 year, you got 3,600 Rand in 12 months that you never would have had, but you disciplined because it's a debit order. So set up those kind of things.
Yeah, true. How do you not spend over your budget? It's the fear of not having any money in your account and a debit order bouncing.
I spend over my budget. Sometimes I do.
Where do you get extra money from?
So
I don't spend over my budget because I'm scared of something bouncing and not having any money in my account.
And that's funny because most of the time I think you're the one that has more disposable.
Yeah, that's why I have more disposable. I don't spend over my budget.
Yeah. So sometimes when you do have a lot more disposable in your account, then you tend to just be like, okay, let's just,
Yeah.
And then you're like, ooh, it catches up with you, and then you're like, okay, cool, but just be disciplined and pay yourself first.
Top suggestions for investments other than properties: buying stocks, shares.
Buying shares, yeah, please consult.
So Trevino recently told me about a website called
Easy Equities.
Easy Equities.
I heard from friends and other people.
So I've registered on that, and I think once we learn more about it, because we will be making time to learn about investments, maybe then we can share some of that knowledge with you. But for now,
and just Selina's point, research, because obviously they are like the top 40 companies here in Joburg or in the country that's doing really well.
And then you can buy stocks and you can buy shares. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and shares is a medium to long-term thing. Like the most money I think I've ever made with shares was like 3,500 rand, but that was like in a space of 1 year or 2 years, because it's not a short-term thing. So like companies like Cecil, you always hear about, MTN, you always hear about, Capitec, you always hear about. These companies do well, so buy shares and forget about it. Have it like
and
on
then
the
some
side
international companies right now that I would invest in because of what's going on is Amazon. Everyone's shopping from home. Netflix, Zoom. There was another one that I can't remember. I don't know, but those
Famous Brands I think was doing well. I was checking them out as well.
Not anymore. I checked today. This game in South Africa is doing quite well.
Yeah. Also, on that point, it's not as expensive as you guys think it is.
Like, I think a share at this game is 25 rand for one share.
As an example, like I'm just quoting numbers here, I can't really remember, but like shares for these big companies could be like 50 rand a share or 200 rand a share as an example. You can even find cheaper ones, so just do it. But
and on that website, Easy Equities, I saw that you can either buy a once-off share or you can set it up as a monthly recurring debit from your bank account.
Which is good as well.
What investment can I take for my parents to assist with their retirement? A retirement annuity.
And I think like the question before this, they asked for other investments, and we only covered one shares. Don't we have
others do you have? I don't have any.
Investment. So use stuff which is available to you on your bank, like 30 days notice account, tax-free savings accounts. These are things which you can do and add into your monthly budget, right?
Yeah. Hi, not sure if it's personal, but did you have a really good paying job, or did the majority of the income come from social media?
I feel like when questions start like that, it's like not to be personal or not, but it is personal.
Oh, I don't want to offend you, not to be rude. You are being rude. Did I have a really good paying job, or did majority of my income come from social media? Both. Praise the Lord, I am a tither. My God is a provider. He is Jehovah Jireh, my provider. And I'm a tither, first of all. I believe in tithing. Secondly, I have been working since 2013. I only stopped working 5 seconds ago.
You don't have to explain yourself. Just, like, you literally don't. And I know, like, you feel bad as if you're bragging or whatever, but you're not.
I'm not bragging, I'm just saying I have a job.
But you don't have to explain yourself. Yes, you had a high-paying job when you were working for the man.
The man.
And
I also have a husband.
Businesses and side hustle was big.
I also have the Jesus.
Yeah, you deserve it.
The Jesus. Raise the roof for the Jesus. Raise the roof for Jesus. Thank you. Saving tips for grocery shopping.
I think you did a groceries haul.
I did, yeah. Check that out, but also shop around at different places. Like sometimes, I know for us, like growing up, we were like, oh, Woolies is so expensive. But sometimes I feel like Woolies has really good deals on like detergents or something.
And depending what you buy,
that Pick n Pay may not have.
Last longer as well.
I guess. Do you and your husband have a joint account and split all costs, and how specific does it get? And a similar question is, how do you split your expenses in a way that's fair to both of you? And then another person, what's your opinion on a joint bank account?
This one gets me because I don't know how to answer. Not so much the joint bank account, the one about how you split your expenses.
So let's start with the joint bank account. Trevino and I don't have a joint bank account. However, I feel like if we had to get a joint bank account, it will only be for the purposes of when one person doesn't have money, the other person doesn't have to go on the banking app and transfer if one person's card's not
like, can I have your card and
can I have your card and you're not together? It's just that we both have cards, we both have access to the joint account with our disposable money, and for us I think that will be more convenient. We haven't done it for some reason, I don't know why, but I think we've just been living the struggle life of transferring money to each other when one person needs it, or like I don't have a wallet, so all my cards are with Trevino. I don't have a car, so I'm never not anywhere without Trevino. So it's like, You know, he's just
And we
there.
have more than one bank card, so it's like, oh cool, if you need a card, here you go.
Yeah, like Trujillo looks through his little card holder, like which card?
But
There's so many cards.
The struggle is real. There's a Spar card, Spar Rewards card, there's a Pick and Pay
Trujillo also
card.
leaves our loyalty cards in his card.
We have
Our
a
Pick
card,
and Pay card, my
we have
Tammy
a card
Taylor
for
card.
cards, which is like this nursery. We have a
And how do we split our expenses in a way that's fair to both of us? I think that's based on your income and how much you earn.
And contributing it proportionally. Does that make sense?
How can I save up for holidays?
Ooh.
Write it down. Write down your goal. So
Yeah.
what I've realized in these, how many days into the year? 20 days of the year. For many years, I've been saying, I want to save. I want to save. I want to save. Okay, but what? What are you saving? What am I saving? I don't know what I'm saving.
Like,
Where?
how are you saving, or what are you saving for?
No, where's the money coming from, first of all?
Okay.
How much am I saving? And where am I saving this money? Is it coming into my pocket? Is it staying in my bedroom? Is it going into a different bank account? So what I did for this year was I set a goal, which I feel like is achievable according to what I earn. And I said, this is what I'm going to save every single month. This is the account it's going for. And in December, I will see what I want to do with that money. So I think the most important thing when you want to save for holiday, so first of all, you know when you're going to use the money for your holiday. Secondly, how much do you want to save? And again, it goes back to your budget and what you have disposable. And then thirdly, where are you putting this money to save? Are you putting it into an interest-bearing account, like a 32-day account, where the money can grow? Or are you putting it under the mattress, where it's just going to live and chill?
I feel like also, and I think we can relate because we've grown up in that environment where we understand. When it comes to money, money is something that hasn't always been given focus. It always hasn't been given. And the educational
I
talk
don't think money has been
or,
seen as a good thing.
Or as a tool.
For me, I can say.
Okay.
I think for me, money has always been like something unattainable, or something like, I don't have money for this, or
Exactly.
I don't have money for that.
But you need to see it as like a tool and something that you can make it work for you as well.
Agreed.
And it's literally the discipline, guys. That's all it is. It's a discipline. It's hard, but yeah, it's discipline.
Please advise on the key ways to get out of debt and improving credit score for future investments. What is that sound?
Firstly, understand what your credit score is. I think Selina touched on this. There's something called a TransUnion credit report. I think it's free and online. You can get it, or chat to someone about how they can help you, a bond originator or someone like that can say, hey, they'll run your ID number. Financial advisors as well. They'll check it out against your ID number. Everything is linked to your ID number, and they'll say, cool, your credit score is 500 as an example, and 500 is good. But there's another level, maybe very good and excellent. So you need to move from good to excellent. How do you do that? Okay, as an example now, on my name, I have a Mr. Price account.
Those are the days.
I have a credit card. I have a cell phone account. Give me one more thing.
Can you get an account at Brown's Jewelers? I don't think you can, but you have a Brown's account.
I have a Brown's account. Now, my cell phone was paid off a year ago, but it's still on the system showing open for some reason, and that I owe them 5 cents. Okay? Then, what is the other account? My Mr. Price account, I max it out every month, but I only pay 500 Rand a month. My cell phone bill, it's paid on time, in full, every month, no issues.
Hallelujah.
My Brown's account, I'm too scared to use it, it's just there. Alright? Now, when you get this information, you're able to know, hey, cool, I need to contact sales here. I need to be like, guys, what do you mean I owe you 5 cents? And you find out it's a real thing. This still happened to people that I know, and it's true. Then you phone them and you're like, okay, cool, on your system you have me as I owe you 5 cents and it's bad debt, but you owe me 10 cents. And then you're able to sort it out. It happens like that. It's incorrect. It's just system errors, other issues, okay? You sort that out. Then the types of accounts that you have carry so much of weight, so to speak. So the person will tell you, okay, instead of doing that, close the Mr. Price account. It's not good for you.
And keep the Brown's account.
No, we are not keeping the Brown's account.
There is no Brown's account. Let me have my dreams.
Rather keep the Vodacom cell phone bill account, which is 1,000 Rand a month. It shows that you're a good payer. It's a set amount. It's for something which is useful, like a cell phone. Things that have those type of accounts. Don't have.
So you're saying jewelry is not
even
useful?
a credit card. I'm going to be very careful with the way I say this. A credit card is good. I remember at one point where it's like my credit card was this amount, which was not a very big amount, and I'd use it, and at the end of the month, I'd put the whole amount back, and it'd be like, okay, cool, that's how we do it. But the bigger your limit, the more you're tempted, right? So you need to control that and know what your limit is, so that it's just enough to get you out of trouble,
Yeah.
but also an amount which you can afford to pay back in installments. But a credit card is very good. You get a really good credit score, you get a lot of benefits. A credit card is really good to have, guys. Just make sure you manage it well.
And also make sure, like, if you are going to get a credit card, also check like what benefits you're going to get. Like, I know FNB gives e-bucks, but a Discovery credit card I know gives you like money back on your groceries and things like that. So if you do want to get a credit card, shop around different facilities and see which one is going to give you more back for the service that you're taking with
if
them.
you're already in debt and you're getting
Don't get a credit card to get out of debt.
Get out of debt. Don't do it.
Don't create debt to get out of debt. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to be debt free, to live enjoying your money, not to be working for the man to give the man your money. Like, you know, that's not the goal here. So yeah, that was the last question. Do you have any closing remarks?
I'm good.
Cool. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to share. On the 26th of January, Trevino and I will be celebrating our 11-year anniversary. It's still recording.
Still going.
Yeah. We'll be celebrating our 11-year anniversary. We're going somewhere special. We're going somewhere special. Make sure you check us out on Instagram to see where we're going. And thank you so much for your support and your love over the past few years. Let us know what other videos you want the two of us to do.
New year, new challenges, new ideas.
New pranks.
We game, new house.
New pranks.
New pranks.
I don't think you can prank me. Let's see. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday at 12:30 for a new video.
Bye, Team Tresela.
Bye, Team Tresela.